पी चिदम्बरम साहब जब सरकार में नहीं होते तो वो एक पब्लिक इंटेलेक्चुअल होते हैं और जिस पॉलिटिक्स और सोसाइटी के विषय पर वो कमेंट करते हैं उसको बहुत पढ़ा और सुना और देखा जाता है, क्योंकि इस वक्त की एक प्रकार से वो कंटेम्प्रेरी हिस्ट्री लिख रहे होते हैं। उन्होंने जो कॉलम लिखे हैं इंडियन एक्सप्रेस में, उस पर एक नई किताब जिसका नाम है फियरलेस इन अपोजिशन, पावर एंड अकाउंटेबिलिटी, ये इनका दूसरा संकलन है जो अब रिलीज़ होने वाला है। सर, आपने हमारे लिए वक्त निकाला, बहुत शुक्रिया। हर वीक आप लिखते हैं, उसको हम पढ़ते भी हैं, लेकिन एक कंपाइलेशन के तौर पर जब इस किताब को आप सामने ला रहे हैं तो इसकी की मैसेजिंग क्या है आपके हिसाब से? हम ज़्यादा किस बात पर ध्यान दें, क्योंकि सारे कंटेम्प्रेरी विषय इस पर कवर हैं?
See, most of the columns are about the economic situation. And I think there are about 15 columns on pure economics, and there are columns on the budget. They have been arranged in a chronological order within a section. So when you look back on 2016, I think, I hope I'm not being immodest, if you read these columns one after another, you get an idea of how the economy changed over the last year, and in my view, how it has been mismanaged and how we have deteriorated over the last year. Many people maintain a diary. If they maintain a diary and they keep this book next to the diary, they will find that many of the events that took place in the country in 2016 support their impressions which they may have recorded in the diary.
So it is not just only accurate assessment, it is kind of prediction also.
No, I have taken great pains to ensure that every fact mentioned in the columns is right. I have a fine researcher. Every number, every fact is checked, double-checked and verified. No one so far has pointed out to me any major, even minor error in the facts. And I think if you read the columns in one section together, you will get an idea of what's happening in this country. For example, I've written about the growing divisiveness, the clamor for bans, ban books, ban jeans, ban authors, ban films, ban beef.
And say Bharat Mata ki Jai.
And then the new divisiveness, say Bharat Mata ki Jai. If you question the surgical strike, you are an anti-national. If you question demonetization, you are a traitor. I mean, all that if you read together, it hits you so hard. Is this the way this country is going?
So we will definitely, we are keen to know your political views. But on demonetization, Prime Minister has now said that you operate on a patient when he is healthy, when economy was doing very well. That's why I chose this time, and it was the right time to do it.
This is the first doctor who has said after the surgery was performed, the patient has become even more sick. The narrative changes. Initially they said it is for black money, for counterfeiting, and for funding terrorists. To get rid of all these things, they said this is the idea. Then they added corruption. After about 2-3 weeks, they realized that it won't make any difference to corruption or to black money. In fact, it made a lot of bankers corrupt. The honest banker became dishonest. And bundles and bundles of 2,000 rupee notes were taken out of the bank to Gujarat, Kandla Port Trust, engineers of the Military Engineering Service, to the Chief Secretary of Tamil Nadu, to 2 chief engineers in Karnataka. Bundles of 2,000 rupee notes went. That is corruption and black money. Then they changed the narrative, cashless society. Now they realized that a cashless society doesn't exist anywhere in the world. Germany and Austria, 80% of transactions are in cash. Canada, 56%. Australia, 60%. The United States, 46%. So that narrative changed. Now they are saying this is to empower the poor. 40 crore people were virtually driven to the wall, driven to penury and misery in those 6 or 7 weeks. And now they say we're going to empower the poor. Wait for these 5 state elections. If they win the elections, they will sing one kind of song. If they lose the election, they will sing another kind of song.
I know you don't speculate ever on anything, but still, do you think that this election has actually become a referendum on demonetization?
No, it's not a referendum on demonetization, but demonetization will be one of the major factors playing on the minds of the voters. There are other factors at play. In Punjab, the drug problem is at play. In UP, the kind of communal divide that has developed since the last parliament election is at play. In Uttarakhand, the kind of shabby treatment meted out to the state government, and twice the Supreme Court had to interfere, that is at play. So I think different issues are at play at different places, but clearly demonetization will be a factor.
Yeah. Goa, single time anti-incumbency. Punjab, huge anti-incumbency for the ruling establishment. It provides Congress a great opportunity. Do you think Congress will be able to encash this opportunity this time?
I don't want to count the chicken before they are hatched. It's clear to me that in Punjab, the Akali Dal BJP coalition will lose. Now that the elections are over, whatever we say won't matter. Our reports show that Mr. Amrinder Singh will form the next government. As far as Goa,
with clear majority.
Well, he will form the government. I don't want to speculate. Certainly not after the US elections. I don't think journalists and politicians should speculate. In Goa, it's become a four-cornered fight. The BJP RSS is split. There is the Congress, there is the AAP. Therefore, I think it's become a four-cornered fight. It's very difficult. Small constituencies, small electorate, even a 500 vote shift will make a difference. I think the real prize catch is Uttar Pradesh. And
what is your assessment of Uttar Pradesh?
I have no assessment. I mean, I have not traveled in Uttar Pradesh. I have no assessment. I only get reports from various people. I think Shri Akhilesh Yadav seems to have reinvented himself, and the joining hands of Samajwadi and Congress, particularly two young leaders, Shri Akhilesh and Shri Rahul Gandhi, seems to have brought a new energy to the two parties.
We may be underestimating Mayawati, as we always do.
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. In fact, if Mayawati also surges, then I'm afraid the BJP is going to be pushed to the third place.
BJP thinks because the anti-BJP vote will get divided, so at a lower threshold of vote share, they may make it.
That doesn't happen that way. If the people of a constituency want to defeat the BJP, let's say for the sake of argument, they'll vote for the Samajwadi Congress alliance or they will vote for BSP. Whichever way they vote, the BJP candidate is not going to win. I think these are simply...
I know, scenarios. But just in case BJP loses Uttar Pradesh, what will be the impact on central government?
Well, the cat could jump either way. You read a column which I've written after the Bihar election, just before the Bihar election. I said if BJP loses Bihar, if BJP wins Bihar, then I said the cat could jump either way. I'm afraid the BJP still is a cat on the wall. You see, it must learn lessons. It should have learnt lessons from the Bihar defeat. It did not. And if they lose Uttar Pradesh, I don't know. I'm hoping they will lose Uttar Pradesh because I belong to a different party. Whatever the other consequences, for the sake of the country, the BJP, which is in government, must learn lessons from the loss.
So, surgical strike in Pakistan region, they are kind of talking about a bit in their political campaigning in UP. Demonetization, they are not talking much, even though Prime Minister tried to articulate his final point of view or giving kind of hisab to people through Parliament. Why did he go for this? Was it a political calculation? Was it an economy rationale? We don't see any economic rationale. Now he says we don't do these things because of elections. These are long-term good things for the country.
It's a long-term damage to the country. In the short term, at least 40 crore people have suffered greatly. They may forgive the Prime Minister, they will not forget the suffering they were put through. Poor, lower middle class, casual manual labor, 15 crore, self-employed who depend on a daily income, 25 to 30 crore, carpenter, plumber, flower seller, fruit seller, headload worker, cart puller. They've all been completely devastated in those 6 to 8 weeks. And then the finance minister breezily says yesterday, there was not a single day where there was a cash shortage. I can't believe my ears. I had cash shortage. I had cash in the bank, but I can't draw cash. I think people are not going to forget the experience they went through. On the surgical strike, I think many of you seem to have forgotten what happened. Go back and read the DGMO's first statement. The DGMO said, Indian Army took action along the border. Along the border. How did it become deep strikes inside Pakistan or POK? So I think this is the post-truth era.
Right. RBI has again maintained a kind of status quo and predicting a serious rebound for the economy next year. Do you buy that?
RBI's reputation has been diminished. I don't think RBI enjoys the credibility it enjoyed, say, about 6 months ago. And I'm not surprised that the RBI has kept the rates despite government's claim that they have controlled the fiscal deficit, despite government's claim that inflation is moderate. RBI doesn't believe it. Therefore, RBI is unwilling to cut the rates.
And government claim that now money is available in the banking system, so rates will go down and people will take a loan for.
Money is available, but who is there to borrow money? Credit growth is at the lowest in 40 years. In fact, credit growth to industry turned negative in October 2016 and negative in December 2016. There is money in the bank, but I would not like to borrow today to invest. You would not like to borrow to invest.
So that is why Mr. Jaitley emphasized a lot that public investment and FDI will sustain the economic growth even though private investment doesn't kick in.
He said the same thing last year. Please take last year's budget speech and the interviews he gave immediately after last year's budget speech. He said exactly the same thing. Public investment will kickstart India's economy. But they did make public investment, I'm not denying that. But public investment did not kickstart India's economy.
Sir, coming back to politics, what is happening in Tamil Nadu?
What is happening in Tamil Nadu is a matter of deep regret for people like me. Only a month ago, Mr. O. Pannirselvam was unanimously elected a leader by the AIADMK party. Now, what is the provocation to change him in a month? Did he commit any grave constitutional error? Did he commit any crime? What is the reason to change him? Besides, this is a post occupied by Rajaji, Kamaraj, Anna. It is the right of the AIADMK MLAs to elect a leader. But it is my right, the right of the people of Tamil Nadu to ask if the leader you have elected deserves to be the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. I don't believe that the leader they have elected deserves to occupy the post occupied by Rajaji, Kamaraj and Anna.
Sir, from Kamaraj to Mupnarji, Congress was a significant player in Tamil Nadu. This provides a great opportunity. Even BJP is kind of looking at Tamil Nadu whether a non-Dravid player can get some foothold in that state. And they are doing things, you are aware about it. In fact, why won't you comment on, should you comment on BJP's activity in Tamil Nadu, and why shouldn't you go to Tamil Nadu to resurrect Congress party?
Well, I am in Tamil Nadu. I divide time between Tamil Nadu and Delhi. The party has entrusted this responsibility to a set of people: president, vice president, general secretaries, district secretaries. I go wherever I'm invited to go, but the reorganization of the party, building the organization of the party is a full-time job. Those who are given that task must perform that task.
So allow me to ask this question more directly, that it is really an opportunity for Congress party to look at and send you as PCC chief.
Well, I can't comment on that.
This is an idea.
I can't comment on that. I have responsibilities in Parliament. I have responsibilities as a spokesman of the party. Whatever responsibility is given to me, I discharge it. I write a column, which is really party work because I'm expressing an opposition point of view. I accept speaking engagements. I give interviews. All this is party work because I'm speaking the Congress's point of view, what I believe is the Congress's point of view. So I can't comment on what I should be doing. It's for the party to decide.
What will happen in Tamil Nadu? Do you think there will be so-called constitutional crisis? And
well, I believe that while the governor is ordinarily obliged to invite the leader of the party which commands a majority to be the chief minister, there is a small window of discretion, the small area of discretion in the governor, that he can decline to swear a person as chief minister under certain extraordinary circumstances. He can always say, we should wait for a few days because some developments are expected. I think the governor can say that. I don't know. Maybe the governor is saying it by not going to Chennai. I don't know.
So if Shashikala gets acquitted by Supreme Court, then her position strengthens and she should be sworn in.
I don't wish to comment on the outcome of a case. Every person is presumed to be innocent until proven guilty. This was a case where there was a conviction and then an acquittal on appeal, and there's a further appeal to the Supreme Court. So what verdict will come, I cannot say. I don't know. But I think the governor has a discretion to wait for a few days.
Sir, last question again on Congress party. Finally, it seems that Congress party has made up its mind that besides Rahul, Priyanka Gandhi should also campaign and get active in party. What is the overall national plan for Congress party going forward beyond these elections vis-a-vis Priyanka Gandhi?
I can't spell out a plan. These are all matters which are dealt with on a day-to-day basis by the general secretaries and the other office bearers. I think the most important thing for the Congress party is to go back and attend to the building blocks of the party. The building blocks are the Block Congress Committee. In some states, the Mandal Congress Committee. That is the base on which a party can stand. So wherever the Block Congress Committees and or Mandal Congress Committees are either weak or do not exist, I think we should go back and build those Block Congress Committees and Mandal Congress Committees. On the other thing, I think the Congress party is doing the right thing. It's looking at each state election as a separate case and forging tactical alliances in each state. That's the way you should go about it. There's no one election in India. In India, like in the US, national election is a collection of statewide elections.
Sir, you will be sharing the stage with Nitish Kumar ji for your book launch. What is his situation today? Where is he?
No, I think
Because
he's-
post demonetization, people are speculating a lot about
I
his
think
political
that's unfair
position.
speculation. If on one issue he supports the government with a caveat, that doesn't mean he has switched his positions. He has said very clearly, yes, the Prime Minister said there are objectives, we support demonetization, but now he's beginning to ask for an account. What have you achieved by demonetization? For which there are no answers. I think Nitish Kumar ji is a secular politician. He is committed to advancing Bihar, and he's got empathy for the poor. Those are qualities which make him an attractive political leader, and therefore he can work in common with the Congress party, as he did in the last election. He can work in common with other progressive forces. I think he will always remain on the side of the secular and progressive forces.
Last question, sir. Just before this interview, you were in Rajya Sabha. What would you say about Prime Minister's speech in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha on presidential?
I didn't listen to his speech in full in the Lok Sabha, but in the Rajya Sabha, in the first few minutes, I think he reverted to being a stump speaker, a speaker on a political campaign. He's the Prime Minister of India. He's your Prime Minister. He's my Prime Minister. We respect the office, and he should speak like a Prime Minister. But I think within minutes of his beginning his speech, he descended to a very low and unacceptable level and made a direct accusation against Dr. Manmohan Singh. I think that is completely unacceptable. We are all very disappointed, very upset. The Congress party protested and walked out. I think it is unbecoming of a Prime Minister to descend to that level or to speak in that language. I can't imagine a Jawaharlal Nehru, I can't imagine a Lal Bahadur Shastri or an Indira Gandhi or even an Atal Bihari Vajpayee speak in that language. I think the Prime Minister must emulate, if not the Congress Prime Ministers, he must at least try to emulate his party's Prime Minister, Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji.
थैंक यू फॉर योर टाइम सर. थैंक यू सो मच सर. ये बातचीत जो चिदम्बरम साहब से हुई है, उनके किताब का जो प्रकाशन हो रहा है उस मौके पर हुई है. लेकिन एक ख़ास बात मैं बताना चाहता हूँ. अपने प्रस्तुति में उन्होंने लिखा है कि हम तमाम लोग हिंदी अंग्रेज़ी में नहीं सोचते. मैं लिखता हूँ अंग्रेज़ी में, लेकिन मैं सोचता नहीं हूँ शायद अंग्रेज़ी में, और पढ़ने वाले भी नहीं सोचते. इसलिए मैं बहुत सिंपल सेंटेंसेस लिखता हूँ और कॉम्प्लेक्स बात को सरल भाषा में समझाना चाहता हूँ. मुझे लगता है जो भी पॉलिटिक्स में, इकोनॉमी में और दूसरे मुद्दों में इंटरेस्ट रखते हैं, उनको ये किताब ज़रूर पढ़नी चाहिए, जिसका नाम है फियरलेस इन अपोजिशन, पावर एंड अकाउंटेबिलिटी.